Good day, everyone. Welcome to the first lesson of our third quarter, which is about the undefined terms in geometry. But before that, let me introduce myself first. I am Ma'am Luz Masayon, your grade 8 mathematics teacher. It is expected that after the lesson, we will be able to describe, illustrate, and name the undefined terms and differentiate postulate from theorem. Before we move on, let me ask you this. Have you ever watched the stars at night? How do they look like? Do they look like the star that we put on top of our Christmas tree? Of course not. We see them like small dots that are scattered in the sky, which we usually call points. But what is a point? A point has no width, no length, and no thickness, but it suggests position or location. It is represented by a dot and named using an uppercase letter of the alphabet or by a capital letter. For example, we have point A and point B. Let us try connecting these 2 points, A and B, and put arrowheads. What do we have now? We have now a line. A line has no width, no thickness, but has infinite length. It is represented by any straight path and named using any 2 uppercase letters of the alphabet or a single lowercase letter. For example, we can name this line as line AB or in symbol line AB. For the second figure, we can name this as line Y. What if we cut along point A? If we will cut along point A, we will now have a ray. A ray is a portion of a line that starts at one point and extends infinitely in a set direction. It is named using any 2 uppercase letters of the alphabet and read from the end point. Given this figure, this is named as ray AB or in symbol ray AB, not ray BA. What about if we cut the 2 arrowheads? What do we have now? We will have now a line segment. Our line segment is a subset of a line with a definite length. It has 2 endpoints. It is named using any of the 2 endpoints. In this example, this is named as line segment XY or XY. Or we can also name this as line segment YX or YX. So, rays and line segments are subsets of a line. The third undefined term in geometry is a plane. What is a plane? Now, a plane has no thickness but has infinite width and length. It is represented by any flat surface. In naming a plane, we use any 3 non-collinear points on the plane or any single uppercase script letter. The first example is named as plane ABC. This is by using the 3 non-collinear points. While the second example is named as plane X. This is by using a single uppercase script letter. Next, let us look at this figure. How many points do you see? Correct. There are 4 points. What can you say about points A, B, C? Now, points A, B, C are collinear. Why are they collinear? Okay, points A, B, C are collinear points because they lie on the same line. So, collinear points are points that lie on the same line. How about A, B, C, and D? Are they collinear too? No. Why? Because the points do not lie on the same line. So, points that do not lie on the same line are called non-collinear points. Look at the figure here. Where is line A? How about line B? What can you say about line A and line B? What about line C? Line A and line B are coplanar lines, while line A, line B, and line C are non-coplanar lines. So, when we say coplanar lines, these are lines or points that lie on the same plane. Lines A, B, and C are non-coplanar lines because they do not lie on the same plane. Non-coplanar lines are lines or points that do not lie on the same plane. Aside from the undefined terms in geometry, there are other terms that we need to acquaint ourselves. One is postulate. A postulate is a statement which we assume to be true even without proof. Example is the line postulate. The line postulate states that given any 2 points, there is exactly one line that contains both points. There is only one line that can be drawn to 2 points, P and Q. However, a theorem is a statement which needs to be proven. The example is the vertical angle theorem. The vertical angle theorem states that vertical angles are congruent. In this figure, angle A and angle D are vertical angles. Therefore, angle A and angle D are congruent. Angle B and angle C are also vertical angles. Therefore, angle B and angle C are congruent. Okay, let's move on to practice exercises. So, for letter A and number 1 to 5, determine what does each of the following suggests or represents. Okay, for number 1, are you ready? Okay, number 1, the tip of the needle. The tip of the needle. This represents what? Okay, what's your answer? So, the answer is a point. Now, number 2, the crease of a paper. So, when we say crease of a paper, this represents what? Correct. This represents a line. Okay, number 3, the floor of your classroom. Again, this represents what? So, this represents a plane. How about number 4? The intersection of 2 wires. So, what will it represent? So, this represents a point. And number 5, the TV screen. So, what do you think? The TV screen, this represents what? Correct? That is a plane. This represents a plane. Can you follow now? Okay, for letter B, illustrate the following. Okay, for number 1, line AB contains points C and D. Number 2, segments CD and EF are coplanar. The number 3, ray MN and ray MP are opposite rays. Number 4, Angles MPI and NES are vertical angles. And number 5, line or lines contains points X and Y. So how are you going to illustrate this? Since we cannot do this activity now, try answering this later. Then send your answers to our math GC. Okay, let's summarize now what we have learned. So we have learned the undefined terms. Then under these undefined terms, these are the points, lines, and planes. So we are able to describe that a point has no width, no length, and no thickness. Then a line has no width, no thickness, but has infinite length. And a plane has no thickness, but has infinite length. We have also differentiated postulate from theorem. So when we say theorem, it is a statement which needs to be proven, while postulate is a statement which we assume to be true even without proof. For your performance task, I want you to write a short paragraph on how you're going to relate the lesson, which is undefined terms in geometry and postulate the theorem in your daily life, especially in this time of pandemic. You will be graded according to this rubric. If your paragraph is very clear and very relevant, the score is 10. If the paragraph is clear and relevant, that is 8. If the paragraph is somewhat clear and relevant, that is 6. If the paragraph is somewhat clear but not relevant, that is 4. And if the paragraph is not clear and not relevant, then that is 2. So is it clear now? Okay. You may now copy your assignment. For assignment number 1, look around your room, list down objects or parts of the room that represent points, lines, and planes. And for number 2, give an example of a postulate and a theorem about lines and planes. Okay, submission of your assignment will be until Thursday next week. This ends our lesson for today. Thank you. Bye.